Hello, flute friend, and welcome to my music studio. My name is Monica Bailey, and it is my pleasure to be reaching out to you with a simple warm-up exercise that you can try on the head joint. It's called How Long Can I Hold a Tone? Practicing long tones for 10 to 20 seconds on the head joint will help you to be able to make phrases on the flute. Phrases like sentences in conversation have some continuous notes like words and some natural breaths like commas. If I sing Au clair de la lune, mon ami Pierrot, it sounds natural to have a breath midway through the phrase. If, however, I sing Au clair de la lune, mon ami Pierrot, the number of breaths I take become disruptive, yes? Let me sing the first way for you again. Au clair de la lune, mon ami Pierrot. Doesn't that sound better? If you were to play this on the flute, you would ideally want one breath also, not 5 breaths in the phrase. Learning how to sustain long tones on the head joint will help you connect the notes you play on the flute and make them sound like continuous words in a phrase. As well as being a flute player since I was 11 years old, I am a swimmer. My first swimming lessons were on a freezing cold spring-fed lake in northern Saskatchewan. My brother and I would turn purple and blue, our teeth chattering, our torsos shivering. In spite of these challenges, learning how to take a deep breath, hold my breath underwater, and stay calm underwater. These swimming lessons prepared me well for the long phrases I am now asked to play in a performance. At first, it was an uncomfortable feeling to hold my breath underwater. Similarly, it can feel strange or odd at first to contain your breath while playing the flute. Your body will need to learn to adapt. Like breaths in swimming, flute breaths are different than the way we breathe normally during the day. At least with playing the flute, there is no fear of freezing or drowning. Because we are working on breath control in this lesson, please sit in a chair. You will have the chair under you for support in case you become a little lightheaded. Last but not least, you will need a clock with a second hand, or a stopwatch, or any other timer of your choice. Let's take a really big breath together, then let the air out with a hiss. Notice how your abdomen and rib cage engage as your tongue prevents the air from coming out all at once. My students love this exercise. They feel like they can hiss forever. Go ahead, time yourself. I bet you can hiss for more than 10 seconds, maybe even up to 25 seconds. Just like swimmers, we flutists need to learn to take very big breaths. Unlike swimmers who hold their breath when they are underwater, we flutists release our air gradually. We must contain our air and blow simultaneously. Containing your air on the flute and holding your breath underwater may not be exactly identical, but the similarity is that you need to be comfortable with large amounts of air for both. Hissing gives you the organic experience of what it feels like to contain enough air so that the first note of a phrase will be as full as the last note of a phrase. While hissing, notice how your tongue keeps the air from coming out all at once. Notice too how you are still blowing. The resistance you create with the tongue both contains and releases the air. Now see if you can keep the same sensations when you blow on the head joint. Let's start with 5 seconds. Take a really big breath and bring your lips together so that the air doesn't come out all at once. The lips may not provide quite as much resistance to your airstream as the tongue does with the hiss, but the closer you keep your lips together, the longer your tone will last. Let's try for 10 seconds now, comparing blowing to hissing. Even if you can't make equal time with blowing yet, the goal of this exercise is to try. If 10 seconds is a challenge for you, keep trying. If you can easily blow for 10 seconds and keep a good tone, let's try for 15. Take a really big breath, sit up nice and tall, and as well as keeping the air from coming out all at once, hissing engages your ribs and abdomen, which keeps your torso from collapsing as you blow. Engaging your rib muscles and abdomen gives you the support you need to be able to contain your breath with a gradual release of the airstream. If you are holding a tone for 5 to 15 seconds already, congratulations! You are well on your way. While tall flute professionals like Alexis Dill from New Zealand can hold a tone for 30 seconds or more, many flutists play quite happily with a range of 15 to 20 seconds. With practice and time, you too will be able to hold a tone for 20 seconds or more. Ready? Joyfully take a really big breath. Bring your lips together, engage your supporting muscles, and just like I learned to hold my breath underwater before I ever learned to do the front crawl, you will benefit by practicing long tones on the head joint before you learn to play a phrase on the flute. So remember to thank yourself for tuning into this lesson. Whether you are just beginning or have been playing a very long time, how long can I hold a tone is a great way to start your day. Please leave a comment and let me know how long you held a tone today. Tell me again after 1 month, then after 6 months. I will be delighted to hear about your progress. Happy fluting!